But speaking of someone where they ain't your friends, R.I.P. Matthew Perry, Friends legend Matthew Perry, who tragically passed away from a ketamine injection slash overdose, and new facts have come to light about the star's sudden death. It looks like that 5 people are going to jail, with 2 of them being doctors themselves involved in a kind of massive drug ring allegedly, and one of them was the kingpin. And what was the kingpin's name, co-host?
The ketamine queen.
The ketamine queen.
Ooh.
You put that in the notes. I was like, don't tell me that's your new nickname.
Nah, that's my nickname.
But yeah, so they basically are charging these 5 people. What do you think about this? A lot of people say, they use ketamine to kind of get weaned off being hooked on harder drugs, but then you end up getting hooked on the ketamine. And it's kind of weird that you had to inject it. You're down bad if you're sticking yourself with needles. But we're going to talk about it, give our opinions. We have a video here.
Yes, sir.
That investigation has revealed a broad underground criminal network responsible for distributing large quantities of ketamine to Mr. Perry and others. This network included a live-in assistant, various go-betweens, 2 medical doctors, and a major source of drug supply known as, quote, the ketamine queen. We charged 5 defendants in this matter. These defendants took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction issues to enrich themselves. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew what they were doing was risking great danger to Mr. Perry, but they did it anyways. In the end, these defendants were more interested in profiting off Mr. Perry than caring for his well-being.
Exactly. They was too busy caring for their pockets instead of caring for Matthew Perry. I mean, it's just sad. It's sad that that Matthew Perry had to go out like that, but he went out how he wanted to go out.
What,
high.
Intoxicated in the bathtub?
High as hell.
Or in the hot tub?
Hey, if you didn't know the story, we're gonna it's been breaking down these past few months since he's passed away. People have been telling the whole story. So as soon as the situation happened, as soon as Matthew Perry died, they're saying that the ketamine queen and also one of the other people that got arrested, Eric Fleming, started texting on the app saying delete all messages quick. We gotta not talk to each other for a while. And then after that, Eric talked to Kenneth, which is Mr. Perry's assistant, and told him to clean up everything. Put up the syringes, put up the needles, throw it all away before the cops come and investigate the whole area.
It was too late.
And that's what he got rid of it. He got rid of it. The only reason he got caught is because when the doctors did the autopsy, they seen that the ketamine hit. They can tell that how soon you took the ketamine hit, and they realized that it was too soon and it was too much of a big of a hit that it happened a week ago. Because they tried to blame it on it was his treatment that he had a week ago, and I was like, nah, the dose that
he just got hit up right then before. They can tell when it's in your system.
They can tell.
They can usually tell within like 30 minutes.
Exactly. So I mean that's what. So and as soon as that happened, that's when his assistant just started splitting the beans, telling it all. I mean, Matthew Perry had it bad, man. Ever since he went to Swiss for this rehab, let me back it up even further. Ever since he started making money on France, started getting the millions and millions of dollars, he already talked about his drug problem in his book.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he said you could see it in the different season of the Friends. That like this one season he was fat and he was an alcoholic. One season it was skinny because he was a cokehead. One season his like eyes were swollen because he was on pills or something like that. Because he said he literally like switched what he was doing like every season. And I mean that's pretty crazy that like to put your body constantly through that, because you could see during the show that he did fluctuate in his weight and appearance and even how his face looked. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy. But, Friends was a great show. Chandler was a great character. He was probably one of my favorite on the Friends show. But, he will be missed. And it's unfortunate. This has many links to, like, kind of how Michael Jackson went out. Yeah. Where it was a group of doctors. Were they giving him ketamine, too?
No, they're giving a whole bunch of other pills.
They were even giving him, nitrous?
Nitrous and all, yeah.
Oh, so breaking news. This is all alleged right now, but Kanye West supposedly is addicted to like nitrous.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's what people have been saying. on the internet.
That's what a lot of people have been saying on the internet, that he's addicted to it. But I mean, I guess when you're rich, you get like, it's not enough to be on marijuana, popping, XO every now and then. They go with the hard stuff. Like
people start acting like Dwight Howard and then they calm down.
Exactly.
Not every party is that type of party.
It's getting to the point where they're saying, and you wonder, how did he get this stuff? How did this all happen? I mean, you got to blame the doctors. I mean, the two doctors, like Dr. P, once they realized that Matthew Perry had a alleged ketamine issue, they started talking like, how much you think we can get this moron, how much money we can get this moron for.
Oh, yeah. They were saying, how much that they could like basically take advantage of him.
And basically, they were charging him at least and then on top of that, they're charging him at least $4,500 for every home visit he did. So at first, the doctor used to come to Matthew Perry's house at least like 2, 3, 4 times, like at least 2, 3, 4 times a day. Cause they say he was getting hit. He was doing at least 8 hits a day.
8
hits a day. He was averaging at least 8 hits a day.
That is crazy to be able to be like, you got to like. He's going through some things, man.
Exactly. I mean, it was so bad to the point where the doctor was like, he went to Matthew Perry was calling him behind the aquariums to pull up and get him a hit. And he said he gave him a hit one time and he saw Matthew Perry like froze up. His body froze up, and when your body freezes up,
he got a case of the Bidens.
Exactly. He had a case. I mean, yeah, he froze up. His body wouldn't move or anything. He saw it. Then once he basically regained consciousness and get his body movement back, that's when, the doctor tried to, wean him back a little bit. But it was too late. Matthew Perry, he wanted more stuff. That's when the ketamine queen happened. And that's when
he got with the dealer.
He got started going with the dealer because the dealer was charging him a lot less for the alleged ketamine than what the doctor was charging, because remember the doctor was hitting him.
But I thought she started charging him more. After a while or no?
No, she never charged him more. I mean, because the doctor was charging him.
She's like Walmart. She's got the low prices.
Exactly, because the doctor was charging him $4,500 for a home visit and $11K for the vials.
God dang.
And then I think the drug dealer was charging them a lot just for the vials, and a lot less than that.
Yeah, like,
so he was saving. Yourself. And then like the doctor kept going there so much that, I mean, like, it's like if you got your friend and whoever you with, if a doctor goes to your house 8 times a day for like 6 months, pretty soon your friend's gonna know how to do it. And then that's basically what happened. That's why one of the doctors is in jail, because he wasn't giving Matthew Perry the dosages. He was just basically telling his Matthew Perry's assistant, like, oh yeah, this is what you do. Every time I go there, I'm gonna leave a couple of syringes here. I'm gonna leave a couple ketamine things here. And I mean, that's what happened. I mean, like, basically.
Yeah, so it was all illegal.
Yeah.
All around.
And they say it was so bad. Like at 8:30 in the morning, he woke up in the morning. 8:30, wanted a shot. Then after that, 4 hours later, he was watching his movie. He said he wanted another one.
He's like, let's make this movie even better.
And then he was like, a few minutes after that, he said, Keith, go warm up my hot tub and give me the big shot. I want the biggest. I want the big one. And then we got the big one. And then that's when Keith left. He left to go run errands, and he came back. See Matthew Perry's face down.
You can't shoot up an attic and leave him. You gotta watch him.
He had to go run his errands.
That's literally what your job is, to be the assistant.
I mean, you doing it 8 times a day.
You gotta hire a double assistant. You need an assistant for the assistant.
I mean, so
exactly. That way, when the assistant leaves, the assistant can stay.
Exactly. So I mean, the five people that's getting arrested. You got the assistant Perry. You got the 2 doctors. 2 doctors are getting arrested. Dr. P and the other one, they're getting arrested because
the ketamine queen.
He was basically getting ketamine from the other doctor, and that doctor was getting ketamine illegally. I mean, he probably didn't know he was getting it illegally, but it was happening. And then since they were charging him too much, Matthew Perry ended up going to the ketamine queen. Ketamine queen's the big plug, and the big plug was talking to Eric Fleming. Eric Fleming was a small person. He was a director in Hollywood that Matthew Perry knew. So Matthew Perry saw Fleming. Fleming said, I got some stuff for you. I got my Connect. My Connect can hook you up. And then that's how it all happened. That's how this whole chain
That's
event.
how they got the whole crew.
And this is what I want to talk about. Like, do you think it's fair that the drug dealer gets arrested for doing?
I mean, yeah, we saw with Mac Miller.
But it's not. But he asked for it. Like, I understand. Like, if you say, okay, give me, I want this, but I want the clean. Then yeah, and you give him the dirty. Then yeah, you go down. But if you say I want the dirty, like Kodak Black said, I knew the perp was fake. I knew it was fake, but I still ate it. Like,
because you a gremlin.
Exactly. So if you knew it and you asked for it, why should I go to you ask for it?
Yeah, I mean they gotta have some responsibility, but I guess I guess it can come back to
But
you.
maybe I'm sounding
I think
stupid.
when you get more when the gets to like the more advanced drugs, that like for whatever reason it can kind of be linked, which I would agree that is kind of silly, especially if someone willingly went and purchased it. It's not like this person was like had a gun to their head and made them do it. So I can see where you're coming from with that.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, Matthew Perry's gone way too soon. We will miss you, Chandler.
Exactly. Do you have a favorite Friends moment?
From him,
Then I got one more question. Then we can move on to your favorite rapper.
I don't know. I like. I think he was helping. I believe it was him.
Uh-huh.
Whenever he was helping Ross take the couch up the stairs, and Ross was yelling at him to pivot, and he couldn't pivot anymore.
That was funny.
But Chandler had some funny moments. I can't just think off the top of my head. But what other question?
And then the last question is, do you think if this wasn't Matthew Perry, if this is regular old Joe Smo in the streets in the hood, and they OD'd, like, do you think it would have been solved? This got solved in 10 months.
No, I don't think they would have put the effort in. They always go the extra mile, especially when it's like a A-list celebrity or someone that was an A-list celebrity.
True.
So they're gonna put on in. He was in California, right?
Yeah, California.
Yeah. So they always gonna try to solve that.
Exactly. High crime. Show that they basically out here doing the work.
And the detective wants to make a name for themselves. Oh, like you remember the Matthew Perry case? I was the one that solved that.
Horrible. But y'all comment down below how you feel about this whole Matthew tragic Perry situation. I mean, R.I.P. to him. Friends, one of the best shows ever.